Hi guys, welcome in if you are a first time viewer. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your subscribes, and to those of you who have booked a personal reading with me, please keep in mind that these are general messages, so do not take them personally. Take the messages that resonate and leave the rest behind. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can find the information in the description box below. So let's get into this message. Happy full moon, guys. Let's see what messages do you have for the collective at this time surrounding the full moon. What messages do you have for the collective at this time surrounding the full moon? Help me to articulate a clear, concise message in order for it to be received in the way that you want it to best be received. Help me to see what it is that I need to see to get the message across as clear as possible. And help me to deliver any messages that you deem worthy in order to serve your highest good, for the highest good of humanity, with harm to none. What messages do you have for the collective at this time surrounding the full moon? Psychic, wise, and grounded, with devoted at the bottom of the deck. Right, so this is kind of tied to the message we did the other day. If you have not seen that one, feel free to go check it out. It's called Your Vision is Your Power, or something like that, right? This was probably the very last video that I posted. But there's a vision, again, that you have been holding, right? There's a manifestation or something that you have had your eye on that you have been focused on nurturing, focused on caring for, right? Focused on growing within certain areas of your life, right? Leading with your intuition, knowing how to recognize certain things, learning how to strengthen your discernment, right? This is a frequency of finding peace, right? In having clarity, right? Existing within honesty, existing within truth, right? The thing is, truth doesn't always feel comfortable, but it is safe, right? It keeps things clear. There's a, how can I put this into words? Because with this vision and like wise or psychic and wise, it definitely gives like an oracle. It also gives like, it's very high priestess energy, right? Empress, high priestess. Because there's like hidden knowledge, there's an awareness, there's a different level of senses, right? This can be a talent that you have. This can be a gift that you have. This can be a passion project that you're working on, right? Or it can just be a gift or something that you are strengthening, right? But there's a very deep wisdom, hidden knowledge, right? Occultic knowledge. It's almost as if like remaining the student. The teacher who remains a student, right? A lifelong learner, so to speak. Clarify, grounded. There's something very mystical about this energy, right? Like the gift of foresight. Foreshadowing. You're getting ready to be shown something that you were discerning. But this is a very meditative energy. Like this is like a seeing things with your spiritual eye. This message is it's definitely not going to be for everyone. Clarify, grounded. Four of Cups. Five of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. This shows grace and mercy, right? This shows a standard, right, that's been set where you have learned to, or you have kind of found peace and acceptance within, how can I put this into words? It's almost as if like never needing so much, but always having everything. Right? And so it's almost as if like you find comfort, you find joy in like the simpler things, right? You found, look at this full moon back here. There's something that you're not seeing, but again, this is like on her crown chakra, right? So you're receiving something. That's the discerning energy. There's something coming in that you may not even be aware of, how much you need it, right? There's something that you need. There's something that is very necessary to your growth, right? To your expansion in this next phase of your life, right? Something that you have expressed. You've received a lot of information about the consistency, about the effort, about the discipline, right? That's going to come through with this new phase. But you may not be aware of what it is or how much you really need it. Because it's almost as if like you have found contentment within inconsistency. Does that make sense? There is a certain level of inconsistency that you have learned to become comfortable in. And this new phase is going to show you like a different level of stability within your emotions, right? A little bit more consistency, not in a sense of boredom, but in a sense of like very stable, right? It's like the long game, right? As opposed to something that is fleeting. And again, you may not even be aware of how necessary this new phase of stability is going to be for you, right? And it's almost as if it's going to come in quickly, offering more things than offering you more opportunities, right? Eight is the number of abundance, right? And so in an overflow, in a consistent overflow, right? Again, but an overflow that provides serenity. It provides care. It provides nurturing, right? It provides wellness. It provides wholeness, right? It's very grounded. This energy is very grounded. But also it's like perseverance, like slow and steady, very observant. Almost like learning something before you put it into practice, right? You have to gain the knowledge before you apply it. And so the past season may have been of you learning, gaining, right, receiving the knowledge. And now within this new phase, you're going to be encouraged to apply what it is that you have received from this new blessing or new phase or whatever this new thing that's coming in for you is, right? Clarify wise. It's almost going to show you that Warrior of Swords, Two of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. Right. It's opening something up, right? Opening aspects of you up, right? Things that you have. It's like, I'm seeing like emotional closets, right? I'm seeing like a lot of cabinets being opened up one by one, right? There's like a rock wall of cabinets. I hope that makes sense how I'm trying to how I'm picturing it, right? And there it's like they're like opening up. But like one at a time, but very quickly, very fast, right? And it's like once you open it, it's free. It feels like freedom. It's something free, right? It's aerating the system. I hope that makes sense, right? So whatever this is, it is, again, something that you are connected to emotionally, right? This can be a person, a place, a thing. See the full moon there too. The full moons always come out on the board when I do these readings. There's an opening up happening or that is going to be required of you in this new phase, an expression of something, right? This may be something that you have not necessarily paid a lot of attention to, although you are aware of it, right? But there's something that you haven't necessarily given it a lot of thought, although it puts you in a certain mindset occasionally, right? Where it may just kind of come up for you randomly and you kind of acknowledge that it's there, but then you kind of push it back, right? Even how the message is coming through is very... How can I put this into words? It's coming through at a steady pace. I hope that makes sense, right? Sometimes the messages come out really fast, right? Where it's coming out faster than I can speak it, right? But this is very like even tone, and that's kind of the frequency of like that I'm feeling. Like it's very balanced, very even tone, very steady, very peaceful. Also I'm having to think about what I'm saying before I'm saying it, whereas sometimes it just kind of comes out, right? That's almost like the frequency of this message though. Like you have there's like intuitively you have a knowing, you have an understanding, you have set an intention, and you have followed through with something, using your discernment, using your wisdom, right? Kind of like following your gut instinct. But there are also some things within this new phase that are going to be revealed about you, or that you may need to express to yourself, right, in order to move forward, or this new phase is going to encourage that for you, right, to kind of explore different emotional aspects of yourself, right, to grow those certain areas where you don't necessarily have a lot of clarity or understanding within oneself, right? Because again, when the thought comes up impulsively, you just kind of push it back, right? Instead of connecting with it, right? Instead of sitting with it and being mindful, right? Although this frequency is very mindful, that's kind of the energy moving forward, right? No more like impulsive thoughts, but more of a mindful place where you're observing things, you're nurturing them, you're understanding them, right? You're being empathetic with them, right? You're gaining insight from them, right? You're understanding how to protect yourself and from using these things as a negative aspect, right? Clarify this Warrior of Swords. The world, right? Because this truth, these thoughts, it's going to like acknowledging them, right? And also because you have followed your instinct, because you have used your discernment to move forward in this new phase, it's shifting. That's what is shifting your path, right? You shifted your own path by following these inklings of intuition or these elements of discernment, right? Finding clarity within yourself, right? Unpacking those old emotions, those hidden emotions that you were kind of suppressing, right? Bringing them up and bringing attention to them, right? And putting them in their prospective places, right? Or respective places. Finding the beauty in all of the experiences that kind of helped shape who you are in the world that you've lived, right? Clarify Psychic. The Queen of Cups. Very High Priestess. Three of Cups. We got the 2, 3, and 4 of Cups on the board. Definitely a union of some sort. A balancing, a steadying of emotions, right? An understanding of emotion, a setting of respect, having a respect and understanding for those emotions, right? Look. The High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Oh, folks. The 3 of Cups, the Queen of Cups. Again, that's you like kind of nurturing this vision with your mind, body, and your spirit, right? You kind of nurturing your intuition or your discernment, right? Learning those lessons, using that information to kind of guide you on the right path, right? Learning to listen to yourself, learning to listen to your mind, learning to listen to your heart, learning to listen to your body, learning to listen to your spirit, learning to listen to the world around you, learning to listen to the people around you, right? And then knowing how to take care of those things in a way that is healthy, but also very loving, very caring, very nurturing, right? It's almost as if like this is like healer energy where you just have this like knowing of what areas to touch in order to repair them, right? In order to bring them back to life, right? There's again, that spiritual eye. There's a something. Again, it's the High Priestess. You're very connected to the spiritual realm, right? You see here the 4 of Cups, and that the lotus flower, the flower of life, is receiving information, right? So you kind of receive certain information, certain insights, certain instances of enlightenment, right? That help you to, you see how like she's in balance with the 3 of Cups or the 3 lotuses of life down here, right? And that is on the same ending as the 3 of Cups. It's because you nurture areas that where you see lack and you give life, right? But not just like instances of life. You give like whole life, right? Sustainable life, right? Something that speaks to the spirit, something that speaks to the soul. So again, this can be a career pathway. This can be a passion project that you're indulging in, right? This can be a business, right? This can be a connection. It's going to resonate for each of you differently, but there's something that you provide a life source within many aspects, mind, body, and soul. You provide a union within your insight. You provide a union within whatever avenue you're using to kind of heal, right? Again, the Midas touch. So maybe you have, you see certain areas for improvement within the business and you enhance it and you help it to grow, right? You create a firmer foundation for things that have already been created, right? But you're also a creator in a sense, right? You make something out of nothing, right? You shift worlds, you shift realities, you shift phases, right? You shift connections, you shift mindsets, lifestyles, habits, right? There's a frequency of change that you have learned to become comfortable in. And that was the inconsistency that I was feeling, right? You've become comfortable in the space of constant change. And now there is a frequency that is coming through that is asking for your stability, right? It's asking for your consistency. It's asking for your commitment, right? Your discipline within holding on to something, right? Very powerful message. Very powerful message. But again, this may be something that you are intuitively aware of. Even if you don't have all of the details, you still have a deep awareness and connection, a spiritual connection to whatever this is, right? Because you've been guided towards it. You've been putting effort towards it. You have been taking action and giving it your attention and your effort, right? You have been growing within something, right? Trying to fill the areas of lack to create a firmer foundation within whatever this is in this new phase for you, right? You've been working on, again, building that firm connection, right? There's a knowing here. You have the gift of foresight. So you know that whatever this is, that's this new phase that you're stepping into, you know that this is a part of a connection or a relationship or whatever it is, right? Again, a relationship within anything, not necessarily a person, but a relationship in general, a relationship between you and your career. Again, a relationship between you and your mindset or your lifestyle or your location, right? But again, there's something that you are connecting to, that you are aware of how you should nurture this, of how to continue to grow within bondness, within connection, right? Again, this is the Holy Trinity, mind, body, soul. There's an alignment that you are aware of. And now the test, or now the challenge, because it's not necessarily a test, but now the challenge is going to be remaining aligned within this frequency, right? Within what it is that you feel discerned to. Staying connected emotionally, mentally, spiritually, because this is going to take you far, right? This, again, it's grounded, it's rooted in the spirit. So it's not something that's of the world. So it's not something that can necessarily be, how can I put it into words? It's not necessarily something that you can disconnect from, because again, there's a spiritual attachment. There's a spiritual relationship with this Two of Cups and the High Priestess. Clarifying the Wise card. This is like a soulmate energy, right? This is like a soul purpose, soul mission, right? This is part of your life's journey. This is part of your life's purpose, your life pathway, right? Again, there's an alignment, a connection. Look at the alignment. Look at the connection towards this. Because whatever area this is in for you, there has been a sense of inconsistency, right? There's been a consistent change within this frequency that you're at, that you're now asking to step into commitment towards, right? It's going to resonate for each of you differently. But there's an alignment that has happened. and your challenges to remain aligned to this new pathway, because it's going to bear many fruit. This message has been coming out frequently, though, although I've never felt it this in depth. The messages before have kind of mentioned the fact that this new phase is going to be something that's meant to grow with you through life, right? It's definitely talked about the commitment. It's definitely talked about remaining disciplined, but I've never felt it this peaceful. I've never felt it this steady, right? And be careful with that too, because sometimes you can mistake stability for stagnancy. And that's not always the case. You have to be very careful between those two. Do not confuse stability with stagnancy, because just because something is stable, that does not mean it's not still growing, right? It's only stagnant if it doesn't continue to grow. But even though it is firm, it's remaining in one desirable place, if it's still growing, then it's of stability, it's of good health, it's of good protection, right? There's a firm foundation. One card for what we can learn as the major lesson surrounding this message. One card for the opportunities we can create surrounding this message. One card for what we can meditate on as the focus of this message. And one card for the new cycles and habits we can innovate to contribute to our growth and expansion surrounding this message. This is like a proposal or an engagement of some sort. A marriage coming into play, right? And don't think of those terms as in related to another person, but think of a proposal in general. What is a proposal in general? Is something that is presented, right? It's an opportunity that is presented that displays one's value, right? What is an engagement? There is an effort of opportunity, right? There's a consistency of opportunity, right? Engagement is to indulge, right? Or not to indulge, but literally to engage with something, to interact, to share space, right? To give and receive between two things, right? And what is a marriage? To remain connected to something, right? To remain committed to something, to be disciplined within something, right? So think of those terms in a general sense to apply it to your personal scenario, right? One card for what we can learn as the major lesson surrounding this message. I hope this message finds who it was meant for, because I wasn't sure where it was going in the beginning, but the ending definitely. Look, grounding on top of grounding. You don't make this stuff up, y'all. Grounded came out on top of grounding. Enjoy. Something you're nurturing. A seed that you've planted, right? Is growing seeds. It's giving life, right? Remember I said that. You give life. You give life. You give alignment, right? There's a source of life that's taking place, right? Again, the grounding card there's a number 3. Wow, the alignment in this is crazy. Look, change 5, 3, 3. That's crazy. 5 change. Added together, this is 8, which is the 8 of we saw the 8 of wands at the bottom of the deck, which is abundance. This is 4, the 4 of cups, stability, balance, and you got the number 5 again, which is change, conflict, challenges, lessons. Wow. And then 12 is 3, creation, alignment. You're coming into alignment with something. The lesson here will be learning to remain in the space of alignment, right? To continue the creation of life within this marriage, within this commitment, right? Within this new phase. One card for the opportunities we can create. Beautiful energy. The full moons always give a powerful message. Truth and sacred lust. Right, this is that. Look, and the wounded healer at the bottom of the deck. Remember I said earlier, you're a healer. You heal things in that negative space. Right? With your honesty, with your truth, with your vulnerability, right? With your acceptance, with your intention, with what it is that you see, with what it is that you sense, with what it is that you feel, with what it is that you experience, right? The wholeness of it all, not just one, not just the other, not just a couple, but the wholeness of it all creates that space of healing in its entirety, right? You are a healer in more ways than one, right? Look at that reflection. That reflection gives the Two of Cups. You see through, right? It also gives the wise and the psychic, that high priestess energy where you see through you see past the mirror, you see past the mask, right? There's a deep connection to the other side of life that you have. One card for what we can meditate on as the focus of this message. Worthiness and live out loud. This is, again, speaking your mind. Look at all those cups. Remember we saw the 7 of Cups at the bottom of the deck earlier. Filling those cups up, right? Of you. Look. And you see the 3 at the bottom here. That's the 3 in alignment here at the bottom of the 4 of Cups. And that's the 3 of Cups here, right? There's a theme. The alignment is so crazy here. And look, naked. We just spoke about vulnerability. You cannot make this stuff up. You just can't. You cannot make this stuff up. The alignment is there. That's crazy. You are worthy of this new cycle that you have created, right? You are worthy. You deserve it. You have earned it. You worked for this. This new phase is meant to fill you up in all of the ways in which you fill up everything around you and within you, right? There's an overflow coming into your life, right? An abundance of life, of existence, of serenity, of peace, of wealth, of success, of opportunity, right? That's coming forth for you. There's a healing that's coming over your life, right? Because you give so much healing, because you cover so much empty space. There's something that is this new phase that you're walking into is going to cover up every ounce of empty space that you have within you. One more card for the new cycles and habits we can innovate to contribute to our growth and expansion surrounding this message. The wounded healer, it came right back out. And look, creation, creativity, 12, 3. You're definitely meant to heal, right? You're on the right path. Whatever it is that you're doing, it's just continuing to create new opportunities for growth, right? Continuing new ways to remain in alignment with your purpose, with your past, with your soul, with your spirit, right? Continuing to follow your intuition, continuing to listen to that discernment that you experience, right? Observing your thoughts, observing your emotions, observing your surroundings, right? Observing your relationships in all ways, in relationship to your mind, in relationship to your health, in relationship to your personal relationships, your business relationships, your romantic relationships, right? In wholeness, in its entirety. Continue to fill those spaces because you, in effect, will be blessed tenfold. Just based on what it is that you have already done, right? Even though there's so much more for you to create, right? There's so much more life. There's so much more light for you to experience, for you to pass on, right? You've already done more than you are even aware of. But what's coming before you are opportunities that you didn't even know, or that you won't even be able to fathom you are meant to experience within this existence, right? Many, 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 many blessings. Many blessings. Many blessings. Well, that is the message that I have for you guys. I hope that it resonates. I know that if you made it to the end of this video, you have found something in it that is worthy and valuable to you. Please don't forget to hit that like button if you feel like this message resonated. Subscribe if you like my vibe. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye.